What is up, my peeps? Joshua Smithy with another weekly episode of Leveling Up with Joshua Smith. So I'm here live in GSD Studios, coming at you with different ways that I'm leveling up in my life, in my world, different struggles that I've had to overcome, all that fun shite. So real quick, I want to plug our sponsors that make this possible. First sponsor is Perfect Storm, www.perfectstormnow.com. That is front-end lead generation, real estate specific software that kicks ass. It's how my team generates over 1,200 free leads every single month. $99 a month, no registration fees, no contracts. It's a badass system. Then my personal mentorship program, my 90-day mastery boot camp, followed by our mastery alumni. So for the first time ever, you guys, we are now breaking this up into 3 payments, no finance fees. So we make it very simplistic. 3 payments of only $333 each. Then after that, if you move forward into the alumni, it's only $50 a month. Right, that's it. To have me as your mentor, to have daily access to me, hardcore hours and hours and hours of hardcore live coaching, Q&A every single month. We have in-person live events here in Phoenix. It's the only masterminds that I do with my peoples. So we make it very affordable, but it's by far the most affordable, effective coaching mentorship program in the real estate space. So with that being said, let's move into leveling up. So that's what I'm actually here to talk to you guys about today, is the importance of having a mentor. How to find a mentor, the importance of having a mentor, the importance of having a coach, right? And I'm not saying this episode isn't to sell you and pitch you on my shit. Maybe I'm not the mentor for you. Maybe you're like, dude, Josh, you're too intense for me. I don't like your style. Well, then I don't know why the hell you're watching this. But no, just playing. But that's not what this is about, right? It's about the importance of having a mentor. At all times in my life, I have coaches, I have mentors, whether that's a paid mentor or just somebody that I'm reaching up to learn from, to grow from. And mentors don't always mean it's got to be a coach. Like I consider mentors of mine being like Jim Rohn, Napoleon Hill, people that aren't even here any longer, that I study all of their content, that I look to as personal mentors, even though they're not even alive in today's day and age. So we always talk about self-development and the importance of that. So why are mentors and coaches so important, right? So always working on your self-development, study the greats, people that you want to become like, if you will. Like I look at Jim Rohn. Do I want to be like Jim Rohn? No, dude. But do I want to have the same impact that he had on millions and millions of lives? Do I love his teachings? Absolutely, right? Now I'm going to add my own flavor to it, but I love studying the guy. He was absolutely brilliant. Every time I study him, I'm able to grow and expand. Same with guys like Napoleon Hill, right? But then as far as like right now in my life, I have 4 different coaches in each aspect, right? For my real estate team, I'm coach there. Everybody in my executive team is coach on my real estate team. Then I've got a health and fitness coach. We've got health and fitness mentors. On my digital marketing space, I have coaches and mentors at all times. So I look at this as we're the drivers in our business, you guys, right? And we push so damn hard. And I look at all of us as like the quarterbacks in our space. Like we're seeing all the players on the field. We think we see everybody, and all of a sudden, boom, we get blindsided from the back. We need that person up in the skybox looking down. It's so, when we get so involved in our businesses, when we're pushing and running at such a fast rate, it's impossible to see all the players on the field, right? We also get emotionally attached to our businesses. That's why I also want a neutral party that's not emotionally attached, that again is up in the skybox looking down. I helped a guy recently save over $80,000 a month, or $80,000 a year inside his business. Right? And he's like, oh my gosh, like, why didn't I catch that? And again, it's because we're driving so hard, man. It doesn't mean that he was making bad decisions or whatever it was. It's just impossible to see all those players on the field. Sometimes having that person in the skybox looking down can be so powerful. So how do you pick and choose a mentor? So we talk about this a lot with self-development. It's really the same key, right? It's really the same philosophy there. Like, I'm not going to read a book just to read a book. I'm going to go out there and read the right book that's going to solve a problem that I'm currently having. So that's the same thing with a mentor. I've had so many coaches and mentors that didn't serve me at that time in my life like I was looking for. And it wasn't because they were bad coaches or mentors typically. Some of them sure might have been a bad coach, right? But a lot of times It was because I hired the wrong coach at the wrong time for what I was looking for. So like right now with the expansion inside my real estate team, I have a coach that's very specific on recruiting, leadership, how to manage our meetings, how to the proper language to speak to everybody inside our organization and get them to take action. Like I don't need a coach at this point to teach me how to do listing presentations, buyer presentations. We've got that down pretty damn good. Not saying that we can't expand on that, but right now my coach and my mentor is helping me, expand my organization as far as agent count, right? Expand the agent count, expand our culture, all of that stuff, right? So if I need, let's say for example, if I'm struggling with my Infusionsoft funnels, well, I'm going to go hire a badass at Infusionsoft funnels. So this is why we always need to be reflecting in our business, seeing where weaknesses are, and hiring the right person to go out there and plug those holes, to plug those weaknesses. Right? So I don't care, again, who you go out there and hire for a mentor, or maybe it's not somebody that you hire. How do I go out there? So all my mentors at this point, I shouldn't say all of them, but the vast majority of them, I'm forking out money to. Because this is a question I get all the time. Well, Josh, I'm ready to reach up. I want to find a mentor. Or maybe somebody will come to me and be like, I want you to mentor me, but they don't want to pay. They don't want to fork out the money, or maybe they just can't afford it, right? So all of my mentors, I'm stroking checks to, because there's a couple of different ways to do this. Number one, you stroke a check to them, right? If you want me to coach you personally on a one-on-one basis, it's $1,500 an hour, however you want to break that up. We also have group platforms, group programs that make it way more affordable in our boot camps and different things like that. If you're in real estate, if you're just an entrepreneur and want me to coach you inside your business or any aspect of your life, it's $1,500 an hour, right? Well, that's a big chunk of money. A lot of people can't afford that, right? So then how do you reach up for mentors or really reach up for friends, if you will, that are at that next level that you're looking for to be able to help you grow and expand, but you don't have the money, right? Well, you have to give to them some way, shape, form, or fashion. Now, you might be asking yourself, and I was on a podcast the other day with a buddy of mine who has a podcast, and he interviewed me on the show, and he's like, yeah, but dude, a lot of people might be listening to this, and they're like, well, I don't have anything to offer you, Josh. Sure you do. Right? We all have, whether it's a unique gift, like some of my mentors that I've had in business, maybe I've went and mentored them first, right? Maybe it's mentoring them, helping lose weight, energy management, whatever it may be. We all have a unique gift, right? Well, then maybe you're like, well, I don't know what my gift is. Maybe you really, you don't have a unique gift that you feel can solve that mentor's problems. There's other ways to give back. Like for example, your mentor or the person that you want to mentor you, dude, they probably need coffee. You could go get them coffee twice a day. They probably need things done around the office, right? Like somebody came to me and said, hey, Josh, I just want to be a fly on your wall, right? I want to be a fly on your wall for a few hours a day and maybe ask you a few questions here and there. And for every hour that I'm allowed to be in your office, in your environment, be a fly on the wall, I'll give you an hour of whatever you need. Doing your landscaping at your house, picking up dog shit, washing your car, like all these different things that you can go out there and do. You've got to be willing to pour into your coaches and mentors. So if I went to somebody and said, hey man, I want you to mentor me for 8 hours a day. I want to be a fly on your wall in your office. I won't even bug you. I just want to be here. I want to be around you. I want to see your energy. I want to see the back ends of the workings of what you do day in and day out. And maybe this is going to be for a couple months of a time. If you give me 8 hours of that, I will give you 8 hours back a day of my time. It's a 16-hour day. Get used to working 16-hour days. That's just how we got to grind in the business world, right? Whatever that looks like, dude. I'd be like, I'll scrub your damn toilets. I'll wash your car. I'll take your dogs for walks. I don't care what it is. You tell me what I need to do, and I'll go out there and do it. Now, most people are like, well, I'm not willing to do that. Well, then you're not willing to level up and achieve success. If you're not willing to do shit like that, then you don't want it bad enough. Right? Like you're not going to be able to call up some dude that's worth millions and be like, oh, let me just pick your brain. Can I just take you out for coffee? No, they're busy as shit. They don't have time for that. You got to look at other ways outside of that. So like when I'm traveling, I always have people that will, in different states, that will find out, hey, where's Josh going? Right? And then they'll offer to pick me up from the airport. Hey, they know I got to go from the airport to my hotel, from my hotel to my speaking event, right? And then get back. And they're like, instead of you having to go through an Uber or taking a cab, let me be your cab. right? And then they get 45 minutes of free time with me. They're not having to fork out that $1,500. They're solving a problem that I have, and they're getting that time to ask me anything that they want. And then I appreciate it, and then I'm able to give back to them. And usually in those cases, I end up giving them a lot more time than just allotted for in those cases, right? Because I love seeing, just like any other driver is going to love seeing people that are hungry, that are willing to do that shit. But again, you've got to be willing to do that kind of stuff. Think outside the box. Hey, how can I solve their problems? Everybody has problems. How can you solve those problems? I go to Starbucks twice every single day, right? I get a venti black bold coffee in the morning, and the afternoon, man, I go out there and I get a cold brew in the afternoon, right? So I need to get that. Somebody could come in my office and be like, hey, dude, I'll do your 2 Starbucks runs. Right, I'll do your 2 Starbucks runs for you, whatever it may be, if I can just hang out in your office for a little bit and see the vibe, the energy. Things like that, right? Not saying I want all you guys reaching out to me asking if you can go get me Starbucks and whatnot, right? But this is just a different way to think outside the box. If you can't afford a coach, you can't afford a mentor, there are ways around it that you can bring value to them. But you need to have a coach, you need to have a mentor. If you're not growing, you're dying, right? If you're not growing, you're not expanding. The only way that you are going to expand and hit your goals is through growth. The amount of money that you're making right now, and this is a Jim Rohn saying, if you will, but the amount of money that you're making right now is a direct reflection of what the marketplace perceives your value as being. So how do I make more money? Well, I have to pour more value into me so then I can become more valuable to the marketplace. The only way through that is to grow, to expand, is to read the right books, right? You have the right coaches, have the right mentors, find people that have done it. There's no secret to success. If you're doing X amount of dollars of business a year, you want to go to the next level, go find the dude that's doing it. Right? Like now this year, my real estate team is on track to do well over $120 million in gross volume sales. If you're an agent that's struggling, whether an individual agent or a team leader that's struggling, looking to get to the next level, you don't think that I can't help you get there? I've been there. I've been 23 years old, starting out in the business, broke as a joke, having to do open houses and not even be able to afford open houses, having to borrow other agents' signs, beg and plead to borrow their signs, to being a high-producing individual agent, to hiring my first assistant, to hiring my first buyer's agent, to now expanding to a massive team that we have today, where I'm not even really involved in my real estate business anymore, because now I've created the executive team that's able to do it. Now I actually have a true business that I'm able to step out of. So you don't think a guy like me that's actually done it, that's been through those pains, can't help you, and you maybe you're not in real estate. That's just an example. If you're watching this, maybe you're looking to build a webinar company. That's one of the areas that I coach very heavily in on the one-on-one space is with digital marketers, right? Hey, I want to go out there and create a group coaching platform through webinars where I'm making 7 figures, right? 6 figures a month. Well, dude, homeboy right here does it, right? My first launch, I did $104,000 in my first 30 days. I have now, last year, we did our first year of launching my webinar program, we did $1.3 million in revenue. My first year in the game, first year in the space, first year learning it, right? So there's guys like me that know that space, that know how to do it. So it would make sense then for me to go out there and hire somebody that knows how to do it. That's what I do. I go find the homeboy that's kicking ass in that space, that knows how to do it, whether they're a coach or a consultant or not. I'm going to figure out how to get their help, right? How to get help from them, how to get their information, whatever that may be, one way, shape, form, or fashion, so that I can go out there, I can eliminate all the headache, all the hassle, all that learning curve, and go immediately right into having success. So guys, go out there, get a coach, get a mentor, whoever that may be. Again, this isn't like some sales pitch to make sure that you're hiring me. I don't care who it is. All I care about is seeing you guys level up in your life. So make sure that you're leveling up. Also, make sure that you jump into the Facebook private mastermind group that we have for our GSD mode listeners. It's 100% free. We have people that are joining that group, several hundred a day from all over, man, all the U.S., Canada, Australia. We had a dude jump in there the other day from Africa. So we're having people all over the planet jump in there. Actually, this podcast is now streamed in over 84 countries, which is pretty cool watching. So make sure to jump in there. The link will be below in the comments here. Thank you guys for watching. Keep kicking ass, and we'll talk to you soon.